Hello and welcome to the Winter Sports Wrap-Up. The teams did awesome this season. We can't wait to dive into this.
I'm Clayton Rutherford. Next to me as always, Joe Gourley. And without further ado, let's run it.
First up, we have our CHS hockey teams. Both teams had a phenomenal season, with the boys going 15-6-1 and the girls went 11-11. Both teams qualified for the state tournament.
Both teams had a lot of players step up this season, a lot of new players, but that did not stop them one bit. Let's see what the captains have to say about their season.
What it means to be captain is to take on more of a leadership role for the team, especially when things are going a little tough or when things aren't going our way, definitely picking each other up. And then always making sure that everyone's ready to play, finding that perfect balance between what's fun and then what we have to take seriously.
Yeah, we had a good season this year, pretty good. We went like 11-10, won our first playoff game as BC, which was really exciting and was a major achievement that we had for the season.
One of our goals was definitely beating Shrewsbury, especially because they were new to the MVC. We really wanted to, they've always been a tough competition. So we did end up beating them 1-0, which was a really great win for the team. It was definitely a team effort, and that was probably one of our proudest moments this season.
We didn't really have much impact with COVID. A couple games in the beginning, we missed some key players, but we worked together to still come out and play hard and have a good game.
Overall, I think throughout the season our morale was pretty good. I think sometimes when things would get a little tough, we'd always hype each other up in the locker room. That would always get us going, and then we would do other like team bonding stuff. So pond skating was a big one, and then we would have team dinners and stuff.
Shout out our coaches for a great year and always supporting us throughout whatever games and challenges we faced.
Our season record was 15-5-1. We had a great season overall. We made the state tournament. We won the Lions Cup, and we came up short, second place of the MVC, but we had a lot of young guys step up, and it was a big year for us, going back to a winning program.
Well, obviously our main goal is to make the state tournament, and we did so. And a secondary goal was to win the MVC title, which came a point shy of, but the boys worked hard to try and achieve that goal, and we got to the state tournament, and that pushed our season along further, and can't be any more proud of us.
Yeah, morale in the season was awesome, actually. The team had a different culture this year than years past. We got together before the season, we playing street hockey all throughout the summer. Our coach took us to Wamasett Lanes after we had 2 down games, and it was just big to have morale up after coming off a COVID season and getting the locker room back, getting all the guys back together.
To Coach Leonard, we can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us these last 4 years in the program, and Coach Irvin as well, playing JV freshman year with you, and now on varsity. We can't thank you guys enough. We really appreciate everything you've done.
Great job to both hockey teams. Can't wait to see what you guys can do next year. Next up, we've got the ski team. This year, the conditions weren't the best for skiing, but both teams persevered and made the most of it. The girls team finished with a record of 2-5, and the boys going 3-4. Nice job to both teams, and now let's go to the captains.
The guys, we did pretty good. We had some rough races where a few of our better skiers fell, but we had a few thirds, fourths, it was a pretty good season.
For the girls, we started out a little rough because we had a lot of young freshmen. So we started coming in like 5th and 6th at the beginning of the season for the league, and then by the end of the season we had, I think, a 3rd place finish. If not, it was 4th. So we ended up like coming in the middle of the pack. Given that we had so many freshmen that joined, I think individually all of them wanted to like start placing better, and they were competing with their friends. So like a main goal was for people to start getting more points for the team, and I think that goes along with us starting to place better because people became more confident, and it was good. So overall we did complete a goal of like being better and like coming together as a team. Being captain, as a junior, it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot that our coaches thought that I could handle it, and I was really happy to get to teach all these younger kids everything that I know, and it was nice to pass down the knowledge that I had.
I thought morale was pretty high. We did hold a team dinner at my house. It was great. The team seemed pretty kind of separate in the beginning because of the separate groups and the freshmen, but we came together as a team near the end, and it was pretty nice.
COVID wasn't that big of an issue this year. States was held this year, and it was not last year, so it was great that all the coaches got states together. It was outside at Neshoba, so it really wasn't that big of a deal, and that was great that we pretty much had a normal season. I'd just like to thank the coaches, Coach King and Coach BB, and then Liam Martin, who's our other co-captain, who is not here today because he tore his ACL, and we wish he could be here right now.
Next up, we have boys indoor track. The boys showed their speed and strength very well this season, hosting a 6-3 record, led by the captains Sankow Boyar and Will Dudek. Let's hear what they have to say.
A lot of PRs by a lot of different people, whether it be in the mile or the 2 mile or shot put or any sprinting event. There were a lot of PRs. Everyone worked really hard during the season, and a lot of successes by a lot of different people.
I feel like our goals is pretty much just PR, try to PR every meet. For me personally, that was my goal, but just get better each day, and as a team try to just have a winning record this year. And the meets were very good, and we just worked as hard as we could every day and just progressed forward.
We had to wear a mask on the bus, we had to wear a mask at Reggie Lewis and at PU. Just happy to have a season after all of COVID.
I felt like morale was pretty good this season. We had started to have a team dinner with the track team being so large, but as we start to narrow down to MVCs, all states, we just had closer groups that were knit together by the meet that they were going to, so we were able to have more team dinners towards the end. But I felt like as a team we really bonded well together, and the coaching staff helped make that happen as well. So a big shout out and thanks to them. Honestly, for me, I'd just like to shout out Coach McGrath and Coach Richter for being able to help me progress so much and giving me so many opportunities to improve in my specific event.
I'd like to thank Matt Arsenal for leading me in the right direction, just how to run a race.
Yeah, and then obviously to all my other teammates who just made the season so much better this year. Even with COVID, it was hard, but having good teammates and good coaches just made it all so much better. So that's just a huge thank you I'd like to both give out to the coaching staff and the team.
Next up's the girls track team. Congratulations to the girls track team going 6-4. A special congratulations to Amelia Kelly, Olivia Hall, Naomi D'Souza, and Maddie Priestley for making it to nationals. Good luck, and we're excited to see what you guys can do next year.
We had a really good season. We went 6-4. We had a lot of new talent this year, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and just new people in general. Everyone did really good this year. Lots of PRs.
I mean, in general, in track, we try to get to MVCs, states, nationals even. I think the shot putters, we had a really good season. A few of us went to MVCs.
That was just a big goal for small groups of us, but yeah, I think everyone just did great in their own setting and just making their own goals in general.
COVID had a huge impact on our team, mainly due to the busing issue. A lot of the times buses would cancel half an hour before the meet would start, and we just couldn't get there. A lot of the times we had people missing, and track is a huge team sport, and if we're missing one person, we can't really just throw someone else in there. It's a really, really tough thing to do, but everybody worked their hardest and pushed through it, so I'm incredibly proud of the team.
I think girls track always has a great team morale. It's such a big team, and although it's such an individualized sport, we are really a team, it feels like. We always make the effort to do shout outs after each meet, which is just highlighting a certain girl for hitting a certain PR, just giving them a little treat or prize. And just cheering each other on always. If we're on the outside lanes and someone else is doing a different workout on the inside lanes, we're always just hyping each other up and cheering each other on.
I would definitely like to shout out Coach McGrath, just because throwers especially have had a very, very tough few years. We went through a time where we didn't have a coach, and so for the longest time, we didn't really always have access to a weight room, and we had trouble with our form and everything. So when Coach McGrath came, it really solidified that group and brought us all together.
One shout out is definitely Coach Garenti. He was awesome. He's always there for us. He's so energetic. He's just awesome. He brings such a good energy to everybody. Everyone loves him. And then another shout out will probably be the team going to nationals. They've been insane. They work so hard, and they totally deserve it. And we wish them the best of luck.
Next up, we have boys and girls basketball. The boys basketball had a decent season, going 7-13, led by captains Zach Allen, Matt McCarthy, and Theo Farag. The girls' team, on the other hand, went 15-5, claiming the 8th seed in the Division I North.
And girls basketball went on a very strong playoff run with 2 very exciting games, one of them with a nice buzzer beater win, but it does go both ways as they lost on the same path. Now let's run it to the captains to see what they have to say.
This season we went 15-7, which really exceeded our expectations for the season since we lost 4 seniors, so it was much better than we expected coming in. And yeah, we got 2 playoff games, which is very exciting.
The one big goal we had was to get a home playoff game, so we had to be ranked high enough in the seedings, which we accomplished. We actually got 2 home playoff games, which was super cool.
Last year it really impacted us because we couldn't go in the locker rooms and we couldn't have any team dinners. So this year it really helped that we could actually go do those things because that's where we bonded a lot in the locker rooms. Our team dinners were really fun, and our bus rides, we were always singing together before practices, and we were just always laughing, and we became really close, which helped us on the court.
Just to shout out to the rest of the team, all the underclassmen. You guys stepped up huge, worked hard every practice, every game. We really appreciate it. You made our senior season great. And then also our coach, Coach Carly, Coach Elena, and Coach Allie. They were always pushing us, always making us better, so big shout out to them.
Also a huge shout out to the Tundra for showing up to our playoff games. It definitely helped. It made the gym very loud and crazy, so yeah.
So at the beginning of the season, we started off really hot, winning 5 games with no losses. But later in the season, we started catching a lot of more losses and having more struggle during the MVC games. We ended off the season with a record of 7-13.
We had a goal to make the state tournament this year. And at the beginning, it looked good. We had a lot of wins, and then we played some tough MVC teams. And we lost a lot of games by 4, 5, 6 points. And that kind of took a toll on our record, but we didn't make the state tournament, but overall it was still a good season.
COVID definitely impacted the season last year. We had 8 seniors, so a lot of new guys coming in this year, and guys who were returning from last year had to step up and just make sure everyone was in the right zone to be able to play in a varsity game.
The big thing we like to do as a team was mostly go to brick house. That was a big thing. Every game day we go to brick house, unless we had someone host at their houses. I think the most memorable moment we had was probably going to Mikey's house, where we had a snow day the next day, which canceled our games, so we just stayed there longer.
Shout out Mikey. He's a great player, a great teammate, and he kept the morale up all season. Great kid.
And overall, shout out Coach Chris.
Rounding off the sports, we have the boys swim team. They had a terrific season with a record of 5-6 and finished second overall in the MVC championships. They had some swimmers make it to states, but overall just a great year. Here are your swim captains, Connor Korback and Matt Gale, to talk about their season.
So we were 6-6 this season.
But we did solid. Did we get second in NBCs?
We did. We got second at the conference meet. So it was a good season. We had a lot of close losses, unfortunately, though.
I think we were top 12 at sectionals, and I know for a fact that we got 8th at states. So it was a solid year.
Yes, solid year.
I mean, we came into it. I think we wanted to get top 3 at NBCs, and we did that. So that was exciting because we beat out some tough guys like Haverhill. Like it was kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess we hit some goals, but yeah, I think 6-6 is a dead split down the middle. So we're proud about that too. I think because we had a very young team this year. The team wasn't really together the whole time, but I think we were all there by the end,
yes.
right? So 6-6, I like that. I like 6-6 for us. We had team dinners up until it got really bad.
We did. We had team dinners for the first month or so of the season, and then we had to stop for about a month or so.
But we had a lot of fun. We still had tons of fun. Oh, we were just messing around in the locker room and stuff. It was good.
Culture on the teams.
It was a classic swim season. Not very serious at all, but it was good. Well, we had some people step up this year.
Sure.
Jack Dorsey, a junior. We want to shout him out for sure. He had a pretty good season.
Declan Hughes, Nathaniel Murray, also juniors. They did really good.
Aaron Kirkove, Henry Reitman, Josiah Couts.
Yes, all those guys. They're sophomores. They went to their postseason meets for the first time this year.
Postseason guys.
They're going to be making individual cuts next year.
The seniors too. So me and you, Rahil, T. Dow, Aiden Phuong, Nick Sneeden.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah, Max for coming in and only swimming 1 year.
Yeah, I'd shout out the whole team if I could, but those are just the first.
Truthfully. And of course we have to shout out
Craig and David.
Craig and David, great coaches.
The sports that played this season were the wrestling team, who posted up a record of 7-5, the cheer team, who had a great competition season, along with cheering on the boys basketball team, and the gymnastics team, who went 4-4. We had a bunch of teams make it this year to the MVCs, which we mentioned, so congrats to them for all of their hard work.
We would like to thank our athletic director, Dan Hart, as well as our assistant athletic director, Lori Martin, for a wonderful season and all of their hard work. Thank you to CHS TV for filming the games and making them available for the community to watch, and for us to announce. If you would like to re-watch a game from this season or the fall season as well, they are on chstv.org and Chelmsford TV on YouTube.
And with that, that will end up the sports wrap-up. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for spring sports. As always, I'm Joseph Gourley. Alongside me is Clayton Rutherford, and we'll see you next time.